Hello everybody and welcome to episode 4 of Captive Industries. I'm Nair and welcome back to this series. Or welcome to the series. I don't know when you started watching. I hope you watched from episode 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that's the easiest way to jump into stuff. And you follow along. But if you just want a specific episode, well, welcome. And I hope you're gonna enjoy. I'm not the fastest player. But I'm a player and I'm recording for YouTube. So yeah, last time we had our problem fixed. We, 99% fixed our big problem with our diesel. We got our goal here, we got our rubber, we got the diesel tanks, we got our oil pumps. Sure, there's a little bit more than it should be, but it's because this island is not for a vanilla playthrough, because I made it myself and I played it. It's still a vanilla playthrough, it's just that it's not focused on trade. So yeah, everything is more, especially in the oil. The rest is a bit the same, a little bit less, a little bit more. It's just, yeah, there. So yeah, and those things also always took a very long time before you had to start trading for it. Anyways, so yeah, now my plan is to start at least going for our copper. It's already there, it's just to be built. But also, I need to start getting my mine worked up good enough because it's still stuck with all the dirt. Yeah, and also I'm going to start preparing for our concrete. Because we have none. That requires this. Yeah, it's a lot more than you would think, but it requires this entire thing of digging. I am going to block this part up for a moment. Don't care. For the moment, this is not important because we can do it with gravel and manufacture sand for a bit. The sand eventually is going to be used for it, but we need to first get to the limestone, which is all the way here. It's in a very hilly area with a lot of trees, and I want the hills to be gone as where they are driving, otherwise it's going to take them even longer before they get anywhere. And also I have put the trees on the list of being cut down. First, focusing on the trees that are in the way. And then focus on anything else. And maybe not any tree at all. And also, these trees are still plenty to keep up before I need the forestry tower to work. Also, I want more people. So let's start with doing this. Do pause it for a little bit, because we want this as well. We have still our shipyard to be built. The shipyard, yeah, we have nothing on the world map yet. I was really keeping that off because we both had no diesel and we had no production bonus stuff thing that like we have a lot of trucks going to be produced at this point. We need those trucks, a lot of them. We have diesel for it. I hope we are producing enough for that. Maybe I need to place a second diesel production site. Still, we need to remove those trees, so those are also going to be marked eventually. Not right now though. I wanted to mark them, but I know that it's gonna be driving back and forth endlessly at that rate. So let's not do it. Also, where's our forest? Okay, here's a forester. Okay, you're starting to harvest trees now. They are slowly progressing on this little piece. It's mostly that they're dumping dirt and trash, which is not really strong. So it will run down to the sides a lot more than rock. And we still need to buy our concrete for a while. Because the concrete, like I said, need to prepare this first, because getting trucks and excavators to run through that eventually is gonna not work. It's just not gonna work. Especially when you get bigger ones. The trucks can barely pass through it already, let alone with a bigger truck or a bigger excavator that needs way more space. But also, I see that iron is getting problematic. Why? Not bauxite, iron. Iron is a problem, huh? Okay. Oh, we are pretty much in the just rock area at this point. Okay, so I do really need to keep buying some scraps. Keep up on the iron. Okay, good to know. Good to know as well is that I need to somehow get some storages in. No matter how small, like this thing. That's not gonna export anything, it's gonna import. Oh, cannot import, okay. Then we're just gonna say fill up to here. And then we're gonna place some U-shaped conveyors. And place them like... But what the heck? No. Here. What? What? I clicked before that happened. That's annoying. Okay. And in there. And in there. Okay, that's the iron. Copper. Do we need more? It's space for trucks. Go back. Behind it. Like, let's do the copper one as well, I guess. Okay, let's add it underneath here, and then to here, down there. Look, this is all gonna take a bit to build as well, because it takes the other parts just like anything else. These are built now, so it's now gonna be focusing more on these things, obviously, and building more other parts. And the stacker is done. And then custom services is not needed, but it's useful for maintenance, because we're going to run out of maintenance eventually. Feel like rather sooner than later. Look at how many things we got here. So yeah, doing fine. Seeing what we're gonna do. With groundwater pump, we got groundwater here. On this island we got 2 groundwater sources. Like, I put them far away like any other map has. They are never actually on top of it, especially on the hard and impossible ones. The medium ones also are generally a little bit away. So let's see, the medium one here has this one here. It's significantly closer. It's not immediately on the place you need it. It's a small thing away. Also, this one's all the way on top of this mountain. And we have a big one in here. That's a bit of center, because I didn't want it to be actually in center. I have one in here, which is unreachable for a while. This one up here, the small one, unreachable for a while. I got nothing here. I got one here. I got nothing here. Yeah, there's not that many water sources. That there's more than generally other maps have, and they are also bigger. Not that much bigger, but they're bigger. And the captain's office is always useful. I'm gonna just build it somewhere, I guess. Not with the water. The water doesn't need it. Okay. Those are the custom services. And like I said, if you look at the custom service, vehicle maintenance goes down 20% for each and every one of them. They just take a lot of concrete, which we don't have. Surprisingly. copper we do have, the iron we have a little bit of, we have no concrete yet, but we're gonna get there eventually. Get this one out. Click, 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 click. Mold balancer. Stacker. Yeah, the stacker I'm gonna use probably this episode. Not sure, because, well, it's still takes resources we don't have. Is my problem with it. We have this here. Let's send one there for now. While the rest is slowly being put together. A little bit of diesel, a little bit of that. Yeah, we're gonna get there eventually, obviously. Also, we're gonna put this all the way up, because this is the import anyways, and it just means that we store as much as we can in these storages, no matter where it comes from. So trucks will go out and gather everything until these are full, because this is where our main production is going on. So we need all of it here, and most of the trucks are here. Also, there has been an update. I don't know how to use it though. Honestly, I have no clue. Is it somewhere in the research bar where they added it? Because you can now set a area where and set the amount of trucks that work in there. So you don't have a lot of trucks running back and forth from the one side of the island to the other side of the island. That would be practically useless. What is this? Compact reactor. They have gotten a different look. Ooh, it's the Falcon Heavy. My goodness, this is expensive. Well, we're not there for a while. Or as well, we're gonna get there eventually. Especially on this map. Like, last map was just... I haven't uploaded that one. I played on another map for a bit. It was just not it. It was not it for me. So I have not gone and thought uploading it. But I had another series going. Was a little bit of work, but just not it. Oh, here, logistical zones. Added it to the vehicle management. Nice. Like, it was on Dragon's Island. It wasn't the actual new island, but it was just... The island was looking too easy. There was one thing over there, one thing over there. Nothing was mixed, apart from like the Insane Island. There was no actual big problems trying to cross islands. Like, only on one side, the other was one big island. It was not that difficult. And if there was a mountain range, it was a very small one. Like, it was even smaller than this. It was like maybe this high. And what, like, one mountain range was this high, but there was a small one that barely blocked anything. Most were like this. It's not bad. You dig through that with big excavators within a couple of years. So yeah, didn't play it. Anyways, now we are in this island, and this island I made myself, so it's gonna be fun because I made it myself and I know what I like. So yeah. And yet I still try to make it relatively difficult, so it doesn't go over to anyone watching as if I'm cheating or playing on easy mode, because I'm not. Dirt is actually a problem, man. Oh my goodness, dirt is not fun. So much more dirt than I expected. Probably gonna put a stacker down though. Let's see. We're gonna put you here, and we're gonna need a lot of U-shaped conveyors. Let's see. You go like this. can go behind you still. But I'm going to build a little ramp over top like this. Gonna take a while. This is gonna be 53 components. This is gonna take 13. These still take components, so yeah, it's gonna be a while. So I'm not gonna build anything else new that takes white components until I've got all the yellow components. Are they even called components? I saw always like construction components because of paint engineers. About that, and maybe I'm gonna go back to it because time is getting more in my favor again. The time was really not in my favor, so I really ditched it and just went to one that was the easiest to record, which is this for now. Eventually, both are gonna be as difficult to record because this one takes eventually more time for one episode. Otherwise, it's gonna be just waiting for things to be dumped, which is not great. Yeah, don't know if I asked you in this series yet, but what do people think of me making a video that's just a time lapse when I waiting for things to be dumped in the ocean, like see it progress? So not that I jump from like there is like a small corner to oh there's an island, but there's that you actually see the small corner create into that island between the episodes. I'm gonna do it between the episodes as well, the upload. Because at that point there's gonna be less episodes a week as well. Probably from 3 to 2. So I'm gonna put that episode on the spot where the old third episode would be. Like, I wonder what you guys think of that idea, because in my opinion it could be a good way of filling up gaps and also filling up the gap between episodes sometimes. I know I shouldn't be bumping that much between episodes, but I think it's otherwise very boring to look at, where nothing is really happening or a lot is happening between episodes. And one of the two. It's hard. It's really hard. I don't know how to do it. Dealing with that is not an easy task. I've noticed that one. Also, let's boost this because I'm waiting too long for the construction parts one. Not construction components, it's parts. I'm too used to space engineers. That's components. And because we were in industrial overhaul, you need so many components and they are extremely expensive. That's just what I used to say constantly, so now I'm stuck on that. Also, this also gives us a little bit more stuff if we get this one built as the very first thing. To urge this above everything else, because nothing else is just urgent. Okay, 4 of you. Why 4? Maybe 4 is a bit too much for now. We have 7 unassigned ones. Okay. And repair shipyards, obviously. But yeah, housing and shipyard. Housing is the cheaper one, so let's go for that first. Copper is clearly becoming a problem. So let's start this one again. Because once this is done, we have space, and this gives a little bit of copper and diesel and rubber. And some of the actual iron scrap. Which is good. This gives us everything we need for now. So let's see what we can get to quickly in this episode. I want to get the copper done, but we also need to have all the other things done. I put the stacker here because, well, we need to dump this full anyways, and we have a bit of an overflow of dirt. So, and I can always change it to like rock, dirt, this, that. What's dump offset? Oh, oh, I didn't even know that. I never use these stackers. If you don't know this. I never have used them. Don't know how high it is, so. Let's start with -15. Not high enough, we go to -14. I didn't even know this was a thing. Now you noticed, I really am not used to this. I never used stackers once. The very first time I do. And it's gonna be just dirt. That's gonna be dumped there because there is so much dirt they're gonna dig up everywhere. Especially here. Because the majority of this is gonna be dirt. So yeah, everything is going fine-ish. Force our concrete again. Still extremely busy because as long as this is not finished, yeah, that's gonna be extremely busy for a while. Components to parts to. I would say components. Never gonna change, is it? And this is what I mean. 52 copper, which we were lacking a bit. Rubber, iron scraps, and diesel. Hooray! And we get more people. And we get one more because this is pretty quickly done. But we get one more going because, well, we need the workers eventually anyways. And it gives a little bit more copper, which we can use very well. Because we still are not digging enough copper for it to be sustainable. Let's see. I may want to use a second truck. May want to. Like, we need the second truck eventually anyways. First, let's try to get this very busy or extremely busy down to table. Okay, food and vehicle components. And housing too. So we actually have more housing. We just built a house to get more people. Yeah. Good one. And retaining walls, which is gonna be used quickly. If it's up to me at least. Like, retaining walls, yeah, put it like around here or like around here in this. Yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet. Because we don't have the, yeah, we don't have the space for it really. Because I want to use this mostly for houses and farms. And a factory at some point. So yeah, maybe this part that there's gonna be a few dumping locations for the axes. There was access of a lot of iron. Now there's access of coal. The access of coal is a lot less problematic than iron, in my opinion. There's just access of dirt the entire time as well. Yeah, stackers. First time using them. Can you believe it? Stackers have been there for a while, and I've. When were they introduced? Like, the first update already, right? Like the very first update they were introduced. I used them once. And not even seriously, because I just did like with. Oh yeah. Bring this here and dump it in here. I didn't use it for like keeping up with overflow or something in similar areas. I did like for trucks. But yeah, I have now made a good first impression in case of resources. Now we buy more. Always do that. So we are so low on resources. We need hundreds more. But we were getting there. We were getting there. Don't worry. I'm gonna start getting a few trucks to move through here with excavators, dig out this area to get to this iron. Why this iron? Because this iron is not gonna last long. It's not. It really isn't. It's gonna last sometime. Yeah, sometime eventually ends. So yeah, And since this is pretty damn hilly and mountainy, it's gonna take a while, at least for the excavators, small excavators, to get through here. So let's start at least by getting a mind control tower going. And some terrain leveling operation. Oh, let's first get a little bit of mining. This and that, make that terrain leveling all the way down. Oh, one more. Wow. How deep is this? 8 holds up. Okay. -8 holds up well enough. So let's start building a little bit of a trench. Like, sure. It's gonna be taking forever. We need to start building a trench here. And rather soon than later. Because we only have as much time as our iron lasts. And this iron is really far away. Also, this is a ginormous, what the hell. Yeah, the iron is really far away, so even one excavator with 2 trucks will do. Better than nothing. And eventually these are done, and one excavator is going to be down there, and one excavator is going to join that. We need to do it somehow. This feels like the only way. And also get some retaining walls going alongside here, due to it being a ramp that I don't want to have too much influence. Okay, yeah, that was all my wood. All my wood's gone. Take the boost of this, because we got most of our construction components that we needed going on. We're like halfway there with our construction components. We need our excavators. And mainly we need our iron and concrete. Oh, 30? They're more expensive. Great. We already had no concrete construction production. And now they are more expensive than they were before, up to 3. No. I don't want to have it going all the way out to like any, yeah, too bad. Let's start buying a lot of concrete, yay! And buying a lot of iron scrap stuff, because we need way more plates, because, well, we need to start buying concrete. And this rate, maybe even copper. Where are they being used on? Because this is still waiting for concrete. Oh, they're all being used in construction directly. Directly being used in construction. That is not a thing that happens often. Waiting for truck. 1 truck, okay? Because you asked so nicely. And get it 1 more concrete bit. So hopefully get this built up quick, like YouTube, as fast as possible. The rest can always follow, but because you start digging here, and I don't want it to eventually spread. Yeah, it's difficult to know where to start building stuff first. Oh yeah, only this. We're at this point in the construction phase. We're not really in the panic phase. We're more or less in the construction phase. And the construction phase really is saying we have to panic. Yeah. We have no trucks. At least not enough in any form. Okay, I'm gonna get to... Where are you? You never find a thing. Your excavators. Where is that? Where is that thing? Supposed to be digging down, cutting out trees. Where is it? Is it fueling? I don't know. Where is that thing? Anyways, if I can find it, I will take one truck off his deck because I need trucks to work on delivering stuff around. A lot more than I thought. Like, I'm running low on iron. I'm not making any of this. Let's not use more iron. Let's just use wood. For any of this. Until the construction is done, which I think I just have to do manually, as much as possible, given that otherwise trucks will keep trying to drive here whilst they are needed somewhere else much more. Like, where are you going? Fueling up there. What stops you from fueling on here? Okay, I'm gonna turn this option for fueling off right now. Oh wait. Again, can I stop it? Can I stop them from fueling here? Yes. So yes, how? Because I need them to stop fueling here. It's too far by trip. Also, it clearly states that I don't need 2 anymore. Let's take 1 off and have them help anywhere else. Ooh, iron is going well. Okay, iron is going again. I need that. Iron is so required. So much. Like, it's needed to get your maintenance in the first place. And without maintenance, there is nothing. Also, copper is still doing terrible. It's mostly dirt still. Dirt keeps being a problem. I'm gonna keep this thing here and just swap around the resource I want to dump the most in the ocean on that specific spot. Okay, so if I'm 2 more and I say you build, at least I don't have to worry about this being empty anytime soon. 2 brown paths going absolutely anywhere. You can look. Look, most trucks are actually driving between the ore sorter and dumping location. So that's the big problem here. We need to lighten the load on trucks. I'm trying, but the trucks are too busy fixing that. They're too busy fixing the dirt there to lighten the load by making more yellow components by meh. Sometimes this game, it requires a lot of fiddling around with things that don't work. Yeah, it's slow progress, a slow process, but we're getting there. Our copper cannot be done today, probably. Let's fix at least a bit of copper problem by getting one more time, 14 more refugees. That gives a bit more copper, which gives us a bit more time to prepare. Because we still need a lot more construction components, which are stopped by, because of the construction of the retaining walls. So yeah. Never really a good thing. Now the maintenance is going. Where is the maintenance going? Let's boost it temporarily. Oh, because I'm getting towards half of it, and because it takes 12 instead of 6. Yeah. And that makes it clear. And because this also needs 6 for a little bit longer. We're getting there, just not in any sort of quick fashion. So yeah. Well, it could be worse. Don't know how, but it could be worse. This is slowly gonna have to start dig down into this little crater. And also dump stuff in the crater, I hope. That said, let's remove at least slag and waste from this list. So we don't dump that in the crater. Only the ones that are actually supposed to be in nature. Slag is not supposed to be in nature, and trash especially not. They're extremely busy. Yeah, it's not a joke that they're extremely busy. They cannot keep up whatsoever. 2 months, and now we get some copper. We need more iron and concrete. We need so much more of everything. So yeah, we got very far. I'm gonna end the episode here. Sorry guys, it's a bit shorter than last time. Just we are in a loop at this point, but building and trying to keep up on our maintenance and our concrete and all that stuff. We just got more cheese with this all, which we need. So yeah, we are gonna get there. This episode though is gonna get wrapped short because otherwise the loop is just annoying and boring and doesn't get you anywhere. Next time probably the copper will be almost finished building. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And yeah, if you did, please leave a like and please subscribe to this channel because it will help me out a lot. Also, if you see something you want to see changed or you have suggestions, please leave a comment, and if I can do it, I will try. I cannot promise you anything. I will try to do it, obviously. I cannot promise you it will all. I will think of every single thing, or it will change every single thing. I will maybe go towards that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was Captain History episode 4, and I'm Nair, and see you next episode. Bye.